All right, man.
Yo.
Tell me everything.
Okay, so I got 3 days of work in last week, and then Shufro's entire fleet went down. Like my vehicle, Brian's vehicle, Richie's vehicle, like everybody's vehicle went down. And they basically were like, well, we gotta kind of furlough you. And I was like, I've been unemployed for 3 weeks. Like, I'm gonna have to find a job. Like, I can't just wait. And I know you guys don't have the loot to get all these trucks back on the road. And I
Mm.
know I'm low man on the totem pole in this, so I gotta put my resume out there. Good news was I had already kind of put my resume out there, and so I'm getting like headhunted, which is awesome.
Mm.
God, I love being headhunted. So I've been doing like interviews and stuff, and I interviewed with a company called Allied Universal,
Mm.
and they were offering me like $40 an hour base rate.
Sick.
You name it, it's being offered. Like full ride health, full ride dental, full ride vision,
Mm.
401k,
Mm.
etc., etc., etc. And I'm like, okay, cool. That sounds really good. And they made me a firm offer and all this stuff. And so I start looking into the company, and they're the third largest company in the United States, employing 800,000 people worldwide. And what they first and foremost are is armed security. Like
Shit.
they're, yeah. And like in the interview, the guy name checked Meta as a company that they work with, that like they provide service for. And so I started thinking about it, and I'm like, Meta is Meta because they caused a genocide in Myanmar, and that's why they rebranded from Facebook to Meta. Like, I don't I don't want to work for that. Like, and they were like, you have to get federally cleared and you're going to have to pass a piss test and all this stuff. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't want to work for the federal government, especially not at this juncture in history.
What was
Like,
the position? Like, what was the position you were offered?
service tech.
Huh.
Which I love being a service tech, and it was definitely the company's huge. It's like they're the largest security provider worldwide, not local but worldwide. They're owned by a private equity firm out of Europe. Like it's all this stuff where I'm like, no, this is setting off all my warning bells. Like,
Mm.
you know how I do. What I do for a living is who I am, and like, there is no such thing as ethical consumption under capitalism, but I do my best to put my money and my talent into things that I can morally stand behind. You
Mm.
know what I mean? It's what Adrian would want. It's what my kids would want. It's like,
All right. All
I
right.
have a standard to set.
Right.
It's fine. I have a bunch of other job offers on the table. There's a smaller company called Galaxy that's like very New England, Massachusetts centric. Like we do the Patriots Stadium and shit like that. And it looks like I'm coming on board with them, and they're excited
Man,
to have
what a,
me.
what a kick in the dick, though. It's like,
Yeah, but like ever since I turned them down today, because they offered me the job, like they gave me the firm offer 2 days ago, and I'm already like kind of sitting at home being like, jumping at the big dollar amount is how I got into this predicament to begin with. Like, is how
mm.
I ended up working for a company that I didn't want to be working for.
Mm.
So like, even though like I'm broke as hell and need the money, like I can't just jump at the first offer. I need to make sure I'm
So
in the
help,
right fit,
help,
so I
help me
don't have to.
understand. Like, your work vehicle fucked up, went down.
My work vehicle went down. The service manager's vehicle went down. The
Mm.
other service technician's vehicle went down, and the lead installer's vehicle went down,
I
all
imagine that
in
whole
one
area
week.
is hard as hell on the car or
It
van.
absolutely is, but it's
Mm.
also like Shufro buys very, very used vehicles and then patches them together with duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
They're a mom and pop shop. I love them to death. I'll always love them. They'll always love me. We're in very good standing. They give me good recommendations across the
Damn,
board.
dude. Like,
It was inconvenient. I'm probably gonna have to pawn a couple pieces of gear to float
dude,
for a second.
like, you were just there. You
I
were
know.
just at shit going well.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. Like it's integrity means a lot. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And like to quote Doctor who I am is where I stand, and where I stand is where I fall. Like
sure.
it's not like the old days where I'm like, fuck me, no, fuck you, blah, burn it all down. Now it's like
Yeah, I got a lot of
measured
that.
decisions for good reasons, you know?
Yeah. What about
So
like a cool job and give up your vices? Like, what about a job
that's
at like a bar, a record store? Like something that would really float your boat and be social.
well, and that's something I've been thinking about. But damn it, dude, you low key created a monster without realizing it.
Dude, it's a
Like
job. It's really cool. You're passionate about it.
I
But
love it.
yeah,
It's the greatest thing I've ever done with my life. Like it's because like at the end of the day, what I do for a living is keep people safe.
mm.
You know, and like
It's
I
interesting. You have to lock onto that morality, so it's like you feel like there's purpose and some meaning to it because the end is something that's real.
Yeah, exactly. It's tangible. Like
Yeah.
properties that I've done fire alarm on have caught fire, and I've had zero fatalities, and I feel good about that. You
Right.
know, like
Right.
it's like that's what I do. That's what I did. You
There's
know.
probably other lines of work that would help that too. Like, I
Yeah, but
mean,
I'm
all right,
like
lots you
I'm
could do.
locked in. I'm
You got
career
your
at this
resume.
point.
Yeah, you got your resume in there.
And my resume is thick. Which, by the way, the first about 5 years of my experience is business network solutions. So,
BNS. A
but
little
it's
bit of
true.
BNS.
It's absolutely true. BNS like taught me everything I know. We rocked hard in there.
Yeah, we
And I
did.
always say that the reason I left that company is because that company folded into Diamond, which is true.
Oh yeah.
Because BNS was you and me, yeah, we
Yeah.
both ended up at
Yeah,
Diamond,
you're
which
right.
is funny
That's
that
not a lie.
and not at all. And I
Yeah.
know that if a company calls you and it's like, hey, Kevin Gerard, he worked for you, you'd be
You could
like,
have gave
fuck
me some
yeah, I
heads
love
up.
that
Like
guy.
we get our dates together. Let me know what dates you're putting down.
It's actually super honest. It goes from
I don't remember what I was doing for work.
summer of 2011 when
11.
we started
Okay.
working for Craig, all the way up to the Sky Peacock, the 2016 Sky Peacock
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. Okay. I got you.
So it covers that whole time period,
I got
basically.
you.
Which is true.
What do
You
we
and
do?
I
What do we
went on
do?
all kinds of
Just
jobs.
just tell them the truth. Like,
Yeah,
you know what's big
we,
money and low
we
labor is
did
fiber.
CCTV and
Dog.
structured
Thought
cabling.
about getting into fiber. It's like
Mm-hmm.
that's like finesse work. It's like art. Like it's really good on the hands, and
Oh,
those
they're
guys
going to
make
be
good.
training me to do that up here because we get field technicians get paid so well up here that they just fold fiber right into it.
Mm.
You know
Like
what I mean?
with the kits these days, the mechanical terminations, the fusion
Yeah.
splicer, all that shit.
Buy all that shit
Dude,
at ADI. It's dummy simple.
yeah, but it's like many a thousand. But it's good. It's smarter work. I feel like than copper.
Yeah, I get
But
that. I get that.
how long have you been at the house, man?
Today?
No, I mean like since you got let go.
Oh, like since middle of last week, and I was already
Wow.
playing catch up. So, like, I'm definitely in a tight spot, but I'm not overly freaking out about it because I have a good landlord, and like,
Uh,
I have a lot of job prospects. I'm being made firm offers,
uh,
so it's like it's gonna work out. I'm
okay,
not gonna
man.
go homeless or
All
anything
right.
like that.
All right, dog.
I'm not asking anybody for any money. I'm gonna be okay. Like.
It just bums me out, man. You were just at balance. Like,
I know. But
yeah.
I like you know me, I don't like making lateral moves. So I'm looking for a place where I can just settle in and spend the next 10 years of my life doing
Hmm.
it, you know. I want to stay
Sounds
in
miserable.
Boston.
Sounds miserable when you put it that way.
Well, it's like it does and it doesn't though, because it's like when you find a firm that does the good work for the right reasons. Like I had an interview today. It took me 2 buses and 2 trains to get to, and 2 buses and 2 trains to get back.
How far are you from the public transit?
It's like it picks up on either side of my block.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
way shit works in Massachusetts, you grab a bus, the bus takes you to the train takes you into Boston, you grab the next train, and that'll get you like anywhere in the state.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
Like my entire commute cost today was like just under $20, and I
20.
rode public transit both ways to a place 30 miles away from my house.
Okay.
And most of it was train travel.
Yeah, better than an Uber, I would assume.
It's way cheaper than an Uber. The commensurate Uber ride would have been $40 each way.
Commensurate. Good word. Good word, man. Good word.
I tried.
Dude, when's life gonna stop kicking you in the dick?
It doesn't matter. It's never going to. Like that's life, and like because I've lived my life the way I've lived it, like wide open and like chock full of my own pride. Like
Yes.
there are things that come along with that, and like if you're gonna live that way, I don't know if you've seen that Andor series yet. I highly recommend it. Highly,
No, I'm
highly.
kind of Marvel Disneyed out, honestly.
It's not. It's like what's
I'm
weird
sure it's good.
is
I'm sure it's good.
apparently the Star Wars insiders are pissed off at it because like everybody keeps referring to Andor as the good one.
Huh.
And like to the point where like Behind the Bastards did a 4-episode breakdown just on this show. That's how good this show is.
Why don't you go write shows, man? Like, why don't you tap into that while you're holding a job? There's something that's happening to you. You stand by your principle, yourself.
Yeah.
Like something happens to me, man. That dangerous question of like, I might be wrong. Like, however I think, however I feel, whatever my perspective is.
I'm right there with you. Like I might be wrong, but at this stage in the game, the only one who can get hurt by it is me.
Yeah, but that doesn't scare you. Like that doesn't.
It's been this way my whole life. Like how many times
You're
do you sleep
lone
in a
gunner.
cemetery?
Yeah, a couple.
You know, it's
a couple.
like,
Yeah.
and it's it's like.
But look,
it's that Doctor Who thing. Who I am is where I stand. Where I stand is where I fall.
It's like you carry your principle and your morals and your essence of artistry. You carry it right into a gutter.
Look,
and
I can bitch about politics all day long. I can go online and sound off in the comments, which I don't even do anymore.
Good for you. Good for you.
I still doom scroll way more than
I do.
should.
I'm on YouTube, but a lot of what I look at is like wholesome as fuck. Like almost to a disgusting level. Like today I watched a cat and a lamb become best friends.
Oh, that's fucking coats and doors. I love that.
Like I've had enough of the world and Israel. I watched a bunch of stuff about Israel.
What I can affect is how I spend my money and where I apply my labor. Those are things I can affect. That's within my agency. I have agency over that. I have that choice over that.
Man.
And if the only threat is, oh, you might starve to death, it's like, okay.
Yeah, but we're adults, man. We got shit to take care of. So it's like, is there a balance?
All I have to take care of at this point is this meat puppet that I walk around in. That's my only responsibility is this meat puppet.
So
what about? I don't take that very seriously. Like, I don't mind. I'm certainly not scared of dying. Any time will do. You know,
I certainly don't mind. So why should I be afraid of dying?
Why should I be afraid of dying? You know, we all die.
Yeah.
But it's like,
but you're young for that shit, dog. Check it out. Do you think there's a balance?
Age have I lost in the last 5 years?
So that means you want to join them?
Just basic health stuff.
Basic health.
No, but it doesn't. It's not that I want to join them, but it informs how I'm going to live my life going forward.
You know what?
If that makes sense.
You know what has carried me, like even in laziness as a burnout employee, partially good relationships, but humility is not slavery.
No,
So it's like,
not at all. Not at all.
like keeping my shit, my opinions, to myself in the heart of the redneck world. Like,
Oh, absolutely. And that's not even a problem I have anymore because, like, skilled technicians, construction firms up here, like, even the trades are kind of liberal as fuck up here. So I don't need to broadcast this stuff because most of the people I work
I,
with are already kind of on the same
I
page.
don't just mean on
So,
that one topic. I mean everything from life to death to what the fuck ever. Like, I
yeah,
don't let myself be an open book, and then I focus on the work, and that gets
yeah,
noticed. And yeah, you can do that shit, man.
yeah. I
You can
mean, I,
totally do that shit. When I'm on AutoCAD, like when I'm fucking around on blueprints, I'm always thinking like, how cool it would be to teach Kevin this.
oh,
So
I know.
it's like, hey,
I love it.
I could show you the fillet commands here. I could show you scale. There's so many commands to remember, and it's like, smart guys, man. I don't want to be 60 fucking climbing ladders, going up and down construction sites.
I
We got a
know.
guy that's 60. He's 60
Oh,
years old.
that's one of my favorite things is in all these interviews, I keep telling them, look, I turned 45 this summer. My knees have 5 to 10 good years left in them.
Uh,
When that time hits, by the time I'm in my mid 50s, I expect to either be in a managerial role or a desk role.
well, look at
And
this. Like your clerk, your office work, your presentation, your numbers, and your vocabulary are at a par where like office should not be out of your mind. Like
no, not at all.
estimating, you're such a fucking salesman, dude. You can
Yeah.
absolutely talk to these people. Estimatings can get up to like 120, 130 a year, man.
Oh, absolutely.
You can
Absolutely.
kill the game.
Yeah, and that's like honestly, like what I'm doing right now is kicking around at like 80K a year
Right.
is what everybody's kind of offering me right now, which is already leaps and bounds beyond anything I ever hoped for, kind
What are
of
you
thing.
what websites are you on to peruse?
Indeed, just Indeed.
Indeed has a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
All
blow
I
you
did
up.
was put up my resume, and everybody started contacting me. Like
Yeah, man. Hot.
I'm a hot
You know,
commodity in this area right
there's whole
now.
companies, and that's all they do is
Yeah.
staff. They find qualified people and put them
Oh,
into
I know.
roles.
I have Brian, Emma, Kaylee. Like these are my peeps. They're the ones
Nice.
out trying to get me employed right now because I know they get a kickback for it and all that stuff.
Man, I deal with this
Um,
company, Siemens, and a lot of times, like when the guy comes through, I wish you were in the conference room, and I wish you were putting up with the same shit I have been, because you would just like browbeat the fuck out of this guy.
You know, in the interview I had today, I was like, well, theoretically, I'm certified in Siemens Cerebus, but not actually. I just did it for a buddy of mine who doesn't like taking tests,
I
and they
don't
were
like
like,
tests.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Because
right.
none of your certifications, they're all company specific. So if you leave the company, you're not technically
No,
certed
no,
for it
not
anymore.
that one, not Siemens. And the
Like,
same with March Networks. Like I still carry that tier 3
oh,
tech
that's righteous.
in
Yeah.
March. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like the company I was talking to today, I was like, yeah, and technically I'm Bosch G Series certified, but that doesn't actually carry over. And they're like, oh my God, we need somebody who's good at Bosch. And I was like, let me tell you all a story about how I fucked up Bosch engineering a month ago. Like,
Nice,
it carries
nice.
a lot of weight.
So
It's pretty good.
you feel good about your interviews.
Oh, dude, like every interview is ending in a job offer.
Mm.
Like I'm needed up here, and I'm like Tech D licensed to where they don't have to pay for that. Like,
Hey, what are the odds
they
that Shufro would give you a shout back in a few weeks?
I mean, pretty good, but they also understand what my position is and that I've got to move. Like, I got to do the thing. There's no love lost. Like,
Okay.
it's all friendly and like they love me over there. They're giving me good references over there, and
Mm.
they understand that I have to be on the hunt, and I'm like looking for somewhere where I can like retire from at some
How long
point.
do you
You
think you
know?
can float? Like how long?
Oh, about another week before shit gets weird.
That's where
But
you're at. What about your cat
yeah.
stock? What about the fucking cats?
Oh, cats are stocked up. Litter and cat food was the first thing I put together when that first check came through. So
Mm.
like we're good on that. I stopped buying weed a couple weeks ago,
Mm.
but like when Adrian first died, I was doing wax a lot. So
Yeah.
I have like a lot of like
Resin, or what's that? Reclaim. Yeah, reclaim.
well, I have a thing full of reclaim, but also like all those old containers still have stuff in them because I got off that kick pretty early.
Yeah.
And so like I have a grinder that's absolutely like full to the brim of keef. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
Like so
I worry about you.
it's
Like,
it's tight. It's not quite worry about me stage
I
yet.
don't know. A week seems kind of tight, man.
Yeah,
I know
well,
you're a
I've been in
slugger.
tighter spots,
Yeah,
and
you have.
like I'm
Yeah.
not afraid to walk a mile and a half to get to a train station because the like my job interview is in an industrial park far away from town center. Like
Right.
I ain't scared of all that. I've walked probably 50 miles in the last 3 days.
You are a professional pedestrian, man.
I always have been, and
You get
now
that
I live
shit
in a
done.
place that's like, hey, we love pedestrians. Check out all this infrastructure, and it's like such a game changer, like completely.
It really is.
Dude, it's been so nice, like riding the T and getting on the commuter rail, and just like, um, Adrian and I did stuff where we jump the T, head into Boston, go to a concert, jump the T, head into Boston, go see Mark Maron, go see the tree lighting, whatever. But like she always knew how the T worked because she went to college here and she like lived on commuter rail and stuff. I, for the last year, have been like scared of moving around my own city on foot. Like, I'm used to have a company vehicle and like, oh no, I'm not gonna risk that. I'll just drive. I don't give a shit. Like, I'll find a parking spot. This has forced me to actually like interact with my own city and like it's when you jump on a bus in like Concord or even in Raleigh, like there's a certain economic bracket that everyone around you is on. Whereas here, when you jump on public transit, it's like I'm not even the only middle-aged white guy in a sports coat, and that guy has more expensive shoes than I do.
Sure.
Like it's
I
everybody.
don't think it's anything to look down on.
Exactly. And here it's not. Whereas in North Carolina, like at Concord especially, like there's a certain feel to public transit where it's like, and like public transit stops at like 10 p.m. Where here that shit runs till 2 in the morning and starts back up at 5 a.m.
That would be great
Like,
for bar hopping. Yeah,
oh
that'd
my
be fun.
God, yeah. But it's like, so that's kind of where I'm at. Like I've staked my claim and I'm staying in Boston and
Sure.
like my landlord is flexible enough that if I'm like, hey, rents could be a couple weeks late next month, they'll be like, cool, fine, we don't want to have to flip the apartment. Like
Yeah.
I told my landlord a couple months back, I was like, yeah, I figured you guys have me for about 2 more years before I go looking for an above ground place. And he was like, only 2 more years? And like they're used to people living here for like a long time and they like me, so they want me to stay, so they're willing to work with me on stuff. And like the whole family, they're all my neighbors. You know, like they like me a lot. I'm on a first name basis with them and stuff. So
That's very cool, man.
it's
You're gonna make it.
I'm gonna make it, man. That was too much to like try and thumb type at yet. So
Yeah,
I
it
figured
was. My heart
but
goes
yeah,
out to you,
it's
bro. All
yeah.
right.
I did pawn the MPC, but I still
Why?
have my drum machine, my analog synthesizer, the controller for my analog synthesizer, and the Tascam. So
How much you
Tascam will be the last piece of gear to go.
how much you get on your MPC?
Like 200, because I wanted to keep it to a point where I can get it back. Like I want it back.
That's what I did with the Strat for years. Like,
Exactly. I actually thought about that when I was bringing it in. I was like, oh my God, this is me bringing in the Strat. It's
man,
like,
we're too old for this shit, dog.
we're in the same working class capitalism that everybody else is dealing with. I've learned how to not be ashamed of being poor because the poor vastly outnumber the rich and
I do
the
like that. Did you hear
comfortable in
Donald
this
Trump said,
country.
like, people should be okay with being poor, essentially?
Oh, yeah. Well, they're also changing what a minor is from the age of 18 to the age of 7 and undoing child labor restrictions while they're deporting all of the agricultural workers. Like, I smell what's in the air and I've read the literature. Like, I know what they're pushing for and I know what's likely to be happening in this country for the next few years. And it's bad. It's scary. And it will affect us all. Like, whether you think you're insulated from it or not, none of us really are. Um, so,
You might be right. You might be.
like, it's a thing. By the way, pick yourself up a paperback copy of the book House of Leaves. It'll
I've read it.
cost you.
I've read it.
No, I need you to own a copy. And here's why. Because there may come a time where it is useful for us to both own the same book because skip codes are a thing and I don't trust anything anymore.
I don't think anybody cares what you and I are thinking or saying or doing.
Not yet, but give it time. Like,
let's be critical of Israel, but you want to do that?
I mean, no, yeah, always.
I don't want people to die, and it's horrible when people die.
And it's like, it sucks to watch a genocide, like a proper genocide unfolding right in front of you where your own country is complicit in it. That's where my tax dollars are going.
I have no idea what to even believe in the big picture. In fact, I don't care. I am happy that I'm employed and safe and fed.
That dude who lit himself on fire.
Crazy, dog. I saw that shit. I saw that shit on YouTube like the other day. I remember the story, but I never actually seen the footage.
That shit happened a block away from where I was doing a service call.
Dude,
like, that happened in my town.
The balls.
Yeah.
The balls.
Yeah.
Like, the balls. The fucking balls on someone. Gasoline fire. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and the cops were pointing guns at him. Like, he was bombed, and somebody yelled, I don't need a gun, I need a fire extinguisher. And it's like, I believe in some shit pretty strongly. I love my Stratocaster. I think Fender is the best company. I think the American Strat is a piece of work. I will never believe so strongly in my Strat that I will set myself on fire.
I totally get that.
It's not going to happen, man. Like, I believe in it firmly.
With what's happening right now, and like Boston is going through some stuff right now. Like, the current administration is like fucking with the University of Harvard really hard.
I saw that.
The problem is Harvard University has been around since the 1600s.
I don't think it's
richer than Croesus. As an establishment, they have more money than the federal government.
I don't think anything's funny, but again, like, the balls. Like, all right. Well, you can't have any international students. No one foreign.
And what's funny is, like, dude, your attorney general doesn't know what habeas corpus means, and you're about to put her up against the combined talents of Harvard law. Like, good luck. Good luck.
The truth and even intelligence doesn't win anymore. Like, it's all feeling. It's all how you feel.
And that's, I would not be surprised if, like, I actually have to take up arms to defend the Republic of New England. That might be it.
Why don't we just focus on the right now, man? We're going to focus on taking care of business.
Exactly. Well, it's like there's going to come a time, mark my words on this, and I don't know if it's going to be the midterms or the next presidential election, but there's a scheduled election coming up, be it the midterms or the next presidential, where that election is not going to happen, where they're going to declare a state of emergency and call it off. And when that happens, New England is going to lose its shit to the point where, like, we're going to be the ones threatening secession this time. Because, like,
the South and the North secede. And give them the
Well,
West. Why not? We'll have a third. We'll have the
well,
West
part of the problem
and
is
Texas. You could have
some of the
4.
new orders. They're like, no more federal money is going into New England, but New England still has to pay federal taxes, and it's like, don't you realize the federal government was already working at a deficit with us? Like, state of Massachusetts pays more in federal taxes than it gets back in federal funds by a large margin, like a
Dude,
large
I could
margin.
never imagine knowing about North Carolina as much as you know about Massachusetts.
Well, that's the problem is I also kind of know all I still keep track of what's going on in North Carolina with all this stuff because like my kids live there, my friends
Yeah,
live there.
good
I have a
point.
horse in that race. I
Good
want
point.
to see it do well, you know.
No, I like
Uh,
bitterness. I like to live in it, but bitterly,
I
like an
I'm
unhealthy
not rooting
marriage.
for parties, man. It ain't blue or red. It's like the people with it's neo feudalism. It's like
Neo-feudalism.
yeah,
Neo-feudalism. 6
feudal,
syllables?
like
Feudalism. I know what it means. I'm
FEUD.
trying to
Yeah.
count up the syllables. I think you hit 7.
Neo-feudalism.
Got it.
6.
6. Okay.
Yep. It's no anti-disestablishmentarianism.
A narco clandestine. A narco syndicate.
I'm an anarcho-syndicalist.
Yes.
That's my
Yeah, sure.
actual political leaning.
All right, man. I'm
But
gonna hop off here, dude. I want to hit a
yeah,
shower.
man.
Look, we gotta focus on Zen and sinners, and
Yeah.
like that shit's hard, man. You're at a hard place to have skips in your money. I want to see you win.
It's okay. Mentally, I'm still in a good place. Like, apart from the fact that like every other day, I'm like
Panic attack,
Adrian kind of lives in my head.
dude.
So
You
when I
can't get
don't,
away from that. You live
well,
in this
here's the problem.
place.
When I smoke indica every
Uh,
day, I don't dream.
yeah,
When I'm not smoking flower every day, I dream again, and every night I dream of her. Like she's in every dream.
man.
So it's like that's just something that's gonna be with me for a long time, and that's fine.
I
You
believe it.
know,
I believe it.
like
I don't think you have to be so fucking destitute. I don't think it has to
no,
be so gloom, and I don't think we
no.
have to cling on to our bullshit.
It's not destitution. It's transition. Like
That's
it's
the attitude.
what I'm doing right now is tightening the belt and taking the hits because I'm establishing my future on a firm ground that I know I can stand on. You know what I
Logical,
mean?
very, very logical.
Like
It's a step at a time. All I'm trying to like,
always.
I'm madly noticing how much I do that is unhealthy,
Mm.
physically, mentally, all of it. I just do things that
I
are unhealthy. The
I still
choices,
drink too much beer.
the
Like
things.
even that I've got curbed. Like I'm not drinking nearly as much as I was like a
Well,
month ago.
like
Um,
forget the vices, forget all that. Even mentally, like
mm,
lingering in places that you don't gain anything from lingering there.
absolutely.
It
I just miss her. Like
I
I just
understand
miss
that.
her, you
That's
know?
natural, dog. Like that is
Yeah.
natural.
And
Um,
like I'm not about to bust into tears
well,
over it or
picture it this way.
anything, but
Picture
it's
it this
like
way.
it's a part of my life,
Like
you know?
space objects so attracted to each other that they
Mm,
collide in impact, or it's like you had a love that strong. Almost, it could be argued unhealthy, but it's two unhealthy individuals
mm.
or unhealthy copings.
Yeah. And I'm with you on that. And it's definitely fucking pissed me off because like the health insurance that ESCS gave me
Uh,
would have been enough to get her the proper treatment she needed, like for all of her stuff.
you think it
Like
was money?
that's how
You think
that
the whole thing was money?
it's I know so. Like poverty, shit didn't get bad till our money got tight, and it like broke her brain in a big way. Whereas like I'm used to it. I'm like, oh, you're new poor. I'm old poor. Like, I've been this poor for a long time. Like
Yeah,
we'll get through
the
this.
pain goes numb.
And
If you
honestly,
think about where we came
if
from,
she still would have been here, if I was coming home to her every night with the big fat paycheck, I probably would have stayed at EFCS. It wouldn't have bothered me so much because I've been like, I don't care about this job. What I actually am is Adrian's man. You know, this is a means to an end. Whereas without her, like, my work is my life. Like it's
see
what
the
I do. It's who I
I
am, and
think
I'm
the
proud
issue
of who I am.
with both perspectives, it's all tied on identity, like that,
Yeah.
who you see yourself as, and that pride. it
Yeah.
makes it hard to steer in any direction.
Well, it's also like it's having faith in myself, like knowing that I have value,
You definitely
and
you
like
definitely know yourself and you believe in yourself.
but it's not like an ego thing. There's a difference between ego and self-confidence.
Mm.
And like when you first met me, I was riding ego. Now it's self-confidence of like knowing that like I am willing to suffer for my ideals, knowing that
Well,
like
having a good
I'm
work history and resume counts. So
it doesn't hurt.
it's
Yeah, it
like you
certainly doesn't
can
hurt.
go into these interviews like just big dick in the room, like sell me on you. I'm not selling you on me.
Exactly.
I want to
Yeah.
know if this is a fit or if you're a bastard.
Well, that's kind of part of what I've been telling people because I don't put ESCS on my resume,
Oh, why not?
but I tell them about it in the interview. I'm like I went over to them in December and I tell them that 90-day period, I know that I'm being judged, but I'm also judging where I work because
You
it's
lay all this
important to
on
me.
an interviewer? Like
Yup.
you go deep like that?
It shows integrity. It shows
Huh?
that like I want to work for good people who are fighting the good fight.
How long would you say your interviews last? Rough estimate.
Long. I have that like fucking bosses love talking to me, dude. Dude, my thing today, I was sitting across the table from the 70-year-old guy who owns the company. And after 30 minutes, he opened the door to the conference room and called in the entire management staff to like have them go around the table and introduce themselves to me and ask questions.
That's
Like
nice.
that's how
How
much he
nice.
liked talking. He was like, "Oh, we're bringing this guy on. Like,
How
I
nice.
want to get the impression from
All
everybody."
right, man.
Kind of
We're gonna
thing.
turn this motherfucker around quick, and we're not gonna
Fuck
linger
yeah.
on the painful past. All right?
Hell no. Hell no. We got this shit, dude. I
We
ain't done
do.
yet.
No, you ain't done yet.
I got Wu-Tang tickets in July. Fucking,
Paid for.
like,
Yeah.
paid for. And I've got damn Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out in May. Like,
Stability ain't nothing but a thing, man.
It ain't nothing but a thing. And honestly, if you're scared of losing what you have, then that
You don't
fear
deserve
will
it.
prevent you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like exactly. Like
Yeah.
and it's like it's the Hunter S. Thompson mentality. Like when I do go to my grave, I'm pulling this body in sideways and on fire, yelling,
Yeah.
"Woo, what a ride!"
Yeah, I remember that
Like,
quote. That's a good quote.
when the going gets weird, the
The
weird turn pro.
pro. Good
And
shit.
that's where I'm at right now. Like shit is weird.
Do you know
so
what?
I'm
Dude,
leading into
I have
my
I have
proness.
taken an opposite path. I have gone complete serial killer chameleon. So it's like I am invisible. I am totally blended into the background, and with that, I have found a degree of success. Like,
Dude, you've been at Diamond for almost a decade.
No.
Like it or not,
No, I
you're a
quit.
good employee.
I
Yeah,
am.
but you came back.
I
It still
did.
counts.
The devil you know is better than the devil
You
you
and
don't.
Josh have a good working relationship.
You know why?
That he and I never had time to develop.
He's a
you know?
musician.
Yeah.
Like he's a musician and he's very smart.
Yeah.
And in this role, I get to send kind of Kevin Gerard-esque emails.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I get to not browbeat, but like I told the Siemens guy in this email with everybody on the chain, it's like, hey, your website's telling me I can't get this until the end of July. Like, confirm this, tell me it's not the case, or I'll go to Honeywell that I can have here tomorrow. It's like his boss, their whole fucking department's on it. We've just
love it. Love that shit.
Yeah.
Feels good, don't it?
And when he came in, I just had a stack of all our contracted jobs. So that part feels good. And what's even more for me, like they know me. And they know who I am and how I am. And it's...
You're way better at not showing your hand
No.
than I am.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good way to put it.
That
is a good way to put it.
I am very willing to go all in and flop my
You're
cards
open.
on the table and be like, fucking call me, bro.
Yeah,
like, what
you are.
got?
You are an open book. You absolutely are an open
Yeah,
book.
but it's who I am, and I like that about me. Like
I think so too. I don't think you
I'm
should
comfortable with,
hate yourself.
know?
All I'm talking about is adjustments in mechanics that help get me through, like the chameleon thing, where it's like this helps me be a likable person in the office. Manners. talk, but not excessively. Just not ruffle feathers. Just be a good little comfortable
Guy
fucking.
today was like, "What's your weakness?" And I'm like, "I talk at
Mm,
length."
oh yeah.
Like,
Hey, you should pull. You should pull a Mitch Hedberg. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's like celebrating the 5th anniversary of you asking me this question.
hey. But it's like I
So
really do
stupid.
have an answer to that question. Like where I
I'm
see
sure you
myself
do.
in
I'm
5 years
sure
is
you do, man.
right here. Like it's
That's
right
the
here
attitude.
doing the good
I
work.
found out something doing interviews. Like, we had people that came in saying, I want your job. Or, like, I want
Mhm.
to grow, I want to grow. And they're
I used
ruthless
to do that.
and
Yeah.
cutthroat. It's like,
Yeah.
where do you see yourself? It's like, I want to fucking steamroll you. I want to
Yeah.
take what you have and Debo that
I
shit.
used to do that, where now what I do is because honestly the reason I still do this is not because I'm trying to climb my way into Josh's job, you know.
Mm.
I'm not looking for the jet skis.
Dude,
I am genuinely enthusiastic and passionate about the work itself, and I don't know when it happened. I
true.
think it
But
happened at Shufro,
we always
but
sell
like I
ourselves short.
legitimately
Do
love it,
you remember that
you
guy,
know.
Zach? Where
Yeah.
he was like, hey, you guys are stupid. You want to get away from the pulling cable? Because you and I were like, let's get out there and rock. Let's do this job.
Yeah,
And
they
it's like,
gave me his job.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, it's totally true. People playing at the higher level, like the field workers, are schmucks. They're necessary schmucks, but they are not.
Well,
Like, if you see what they're getting, what the company's bringing in on their hourly, even compared to what they get, granted after benefits and tax and all that shit. But it,
yeah, and when you're doing estimation, you really kind of get to see beyond that veil.
fuck yeah.
In Massachusetts, it works a little bit different because like the integration is everything. So
Mm,
there's like no room for dumb techs. Like every tech
mm.
has to be like a failed genius who
Well, man,
probably would have been better at something else, kind of
if
thing.
that's what you feel and you love, pursue it. Go with it. But
I
it's a step at a
legit
time.
like there will come a time. There will come a time when there's enough gray in my hair where I'm like, nah, put me back behind the desk, dude. I'm better for you here than.
Well,
But like right now, like the kill is everything. Like getting on site and like
I remember it.
because it's all that customer interaction shit when you're service side, and
Mm.
it like my boy Jacob at ESCS was appalled because I got on the phone with Bosch Engineering and just immediately started talking to the guy like he was a buddy of mine. Where I'm like, hey, we do the same thing for a living. Let's get through this, you know? Or like, we had to do a remote service upgrade where we're upgrading their firmware remotely. And when I got back on the call, the kid who's been at the company a little bit longer, but he's like a 30-year-old kid. He's been doing this for 3 years. He was in the same class as me. I know more than him.
Mm.
And I know more than him. And he knows I know more than him.
Mm.
So when we get back on the line with the client, I'm like, yep, your stuff works. And he was like, why would you say that? And I'm like, because that's what we did. Like, their stuff works. It's funny. They'll appreciate me not trying to, like, oversell what we just did in this spot, but actually just talk to them like a human being. It's fine. You
Maybe.
know?
A lot of people like that pump and
Well, there's a time and a place, and like because of my bartending experience, I'm really good at gauging the difference. Like where can I connect with this person? How can I relate to them in a way that they feel appreciated and respected and taken care
man,
of?
if I
You
were
know?
you, if I were in your position and I were you, gregarious you,
Mhm.
I would go to a bar. I would meet
I,
people. I would sling
I,
drinks. I would talk to people.
Yeah, I love what I do, and what I do will enable me to keep the lights on in this place and keep my gear running.
All right.
You know, and it's like, if I want to pick up a side gig, slinging drinks a couple days a week, just because I'm ready to get back out in the world,
Right.
like that might be coming. But I also live in a place where like there's open mics everywhere, for music, for comedy, for
Yeah.
spoken word,
Dude,
slam poetry,
you should
you
hit some
name
fucking
it.
open mics. That's what it is.
I'm not quite ready yet, but I know that check's in the mail. I know I'm going to be ready to put
I
my
say,
like public face.
I
But
say,
I also feel like we're in a very particular time in history where, like, how do I put this? Like, art isn't the most useful thing I can contribute to society right now.
society.
Yeah, because it matters to me. Like, once again, like, I was a Boy Scout. You know, like, I was an altar boy. I was all
So
these
once
things.
again,
Like I mean, granted, must have been a really fugly kid, because I was both an altar boy and a Boy Scout, and nobody ever tried to take advantage of me. I don't understand. I had to have been a weird-looking kid. That's all I can assume. Or they just assumed there's no way this kid will keep his mouth shut.
that's
But
more
like,
accurate.
I do, and I think some of it is upbringing, and some of it is just growing up in Massachusetts. Like, there's a like civic duty that's kind of instilled in
Dude,
us up
I
here.
feel zero of that as an American, as a North Carolinian. Like,
Well,
I like what I
as a
like and I respect what I like, but I'm not fucking marching behind anybody's
and
shit.
that I totally
I'm
get,
not.
but the deal, like, what's instilled on us here in Massachusetts from a very young age is this: that like freedom and liberty is a responsibility.
Freedom ain't
It's
free.
not it ain't free. It's not a privilege. It requires constant upkeep, and it requires
But
you to contribute.
Carlin's
You know?
argument, like, why would you think you were free? It's like it is.
Yeah,
This is a lifelong ass fucking for other
absolutely.
people to get more from you, for you to get
Yeah.
less. They're coming for
Well,
Social Security, and they'll get it. They'll get
absolutely,
every bit of it.
and I'm wary of it, but I also understand that like I am living in a time where it is very, very possible that within my lifetime I'm going to have to take up arms for something I believe in, and like
I think that's cool. I personally think it's a bit extremist. Everybody's pussies.
I
Nobody
don't
wants to go to that shit.
I don't want it to come to that, and I'm hoping that the ship can be that a certain amount of
Right.
status quo can be maintained.
Mm. I think
Because like,
Jesus is going to come back in like 20 minutes,
oh
and this is going to
god,
be
wouldn't that be great?
this is
Oh
going to be a
man,
whole other story, dog.
asteroid, volcano,
Talking about
god,
somebody coming
would
home
be
to
so good.
to a shitty house party. It's like, what did you do?
Hey, have you seen what your fans are up to? They're
Terrifying
not
people.
great, guys.
But
It's like
you know what I'm having
it's
a
like
problem
the fish
separating.
parking lot in 1998. It is not a healthy place.
Do you know what I'm having a problem separating? Is like
What's that?
the genuine good parts of people that
Yeah.
happen to be Christian. So it's like the humanity I see in just a speck, just a moment, to where they go to somebody that's full of shit every Sunday. They hear a catered message, fucking enforcing their own beliefs already. They
Yup.
get more entrenched in this. There's no open-minded. There's no vulnerability. There's no possible of anything but the scripture.
Well,
But
the
then
good
at the
news
same
is,
time, there are people that have fucking good in them. You might see it rarely. They can be real shitheads too. But like Michael is
yeah.
low key religious. Doesn't fucking lay it on anybody.
No, he's
Great
just a
heart.
good dude.
Fucking
Yeah,
good
a
dude.
dude with a good heart. I love
Teresa.
Michael.
Michael's the
I
man.
remember when you hit me up, it was like he's embezzling. I was like, the fuck he is. Like,
Dude, that was
ain't Michael.
that was a prank that Teresa pulled on the whole office.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so they made it sound like they let him go, and Teresa like pulled me in on the heart to heart. Asked me personal shit, like life shit, which is unnecessary, and also like my nature is like push it away. I don't want to I don't want you in this bubble. I'm gonna
Yeah,
push
I
this
get
shit away.
that. I get that.
But the gesture, the fucking
Well,
gesture was
that they
real,
give a shit about you,
and I
yeah.
felt it. I felt it in my nads.
When I got thrown into county for child support when I was working for Diamond,
Yes.
the fact that like Diamond went to bat, like they were
Did they?
like, "The fuck, you've been paying your like." Teresa was pissed at Rowan
Yeah,
County,
yeah.
like that meant the world to
Now
me, man.
look. Business is shady. Shit is colored. People have sharp elbows. Like they'll
Yeah.
cut you, dude. They will fucking cut you, and they'll try to push you aside. Knock it off.
Oh yeah.
They'll try to push you aside, marginalize you. Dustin tried hard. This other guy, Carlos, tried hard. But the facts I came with and the good relation I had with Josh got
Well,
me through.
Dustin beat me, and I just take consolation in the fact that eventually diabetes will beat him, so it's fine.
It's cool. Hey
I don't
man,
care.
he lost his kid, man. Like,
Oh,
I don't wish personal shit on him.
I'm so sorry.
I learned.
Oh my God.
No,
I
it's
didn't
alright.
know.
Like, he is a smart person. He's so hard to listen to. He's inarticulate. He's rambling, meandering. But he has skills. He does. As much as I hate the guy,
He knows how AutoCAD works.
he knows. He also goes way above and beyond. I'm not saying I like the guy or he's fucking employee of the year.
No,
He's a
totally
bad
get
boss.
it.
He is a bad boss, and that's why they took the position from him. He was a bad
management
boss.
is a skill, and
Fuck
some
yeah.
people have it and some people don't. You know, it's like you've seen me manage talent. You know, like when we got the subs in to help us wire down in Texas, and
What
I'm like, oh no,
jackoffs,
we're
too.
gonna get this done.
It's like, where you go through the back, and the guy's like, the back? You're like, oh yeah, and it's gonna suck. Don't worry about it.
Suck, but we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna be right here with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be riding your dick this entire time.
Yeah, but it's also I'm going to be up there on the lift with you doing it too, and that's it's one of the things I've learned over the years. It's like if your staff knows that you will throw yourself into the line of fire for them, then they will take a bullet for you.
They should respect it. They should.
Yeah,
it doesn't always work. Dude, Colombians changed the whole game at Diamond. There's a whole different mafia in there.
That ain't gonna work for very much longer.
Yeah. Well, no, they have. I think they're losing 2 Venezuelans, and there's talk of it. One guy's name is Jesus, which is Jesus.
What sucks is those Venezuelans are going to forever prison. Like they're going to prison forever. If you get sent to El Salvador,
these are legals.
No, doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
That ship done sailed. Like they do not care. Once you're out of the country, you're not coming back ever. You're never seeing the daylight again. Like the prison they're sending these people to in El Salvador. Like no one leaves. It's a life sentence.
I don't think it's like that. One of them said they got a letter saying they had to leave the country within.
They're all getting the letters. And like, if they get popped, they will never see the light of day again.
But no, they're here on like work visas. So if all they have to do is return to their country. Like that's all they have to do. If they were here illegally, maybe.
But they're also like revoking visas without notice, all over the place. Like that's happening to everybody.
Well, it should open up a lot of jobs.
Who haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also going to be the excuse to underpay everybody else. Like
while inflation rises.
This is the squeeze. This is the squeeze.
You think we're entering it?
We've been in it for a little while, but it's about to get expedited. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I've kind of been saying for a couple of years now, hey, there's a squeeze on the way. Like, this is the big squeeze. Like, they're trying to reestablish how labor works. They're shutting down child labor laws so they can put kids back into the mines.
I heard you say that. Maybe. I'm really not sure, dude. Like, I try to stay out of it.
The current budget bill that's going through right now reclassifies minors at
like literal minors or like minor
old.
Minors?
Like how old are you, minor?
Not like a coal miner.
No, they're dropping it from 18 to 7. Well, all of these southern and southwestern states are starting to remove child labor protections. Like, it's not hard to see where this is going.
Maybe. I don't think they would do anything predictable.
You again, we are in the middle of we've been overthrowing our monarchs for 250 years, and now the landed gentry is pushing back. Like, they want to be kings again. Like, they do not like this republic shit. Like, they're not dealing with it.
Fuck Joe
and they're
Biden.
trying to push it back to kings. I mean, fuck Joe Biden. I didn't want that guy in the first place.
I'm just saying how that was a catchphrase during an entire
presidency. But now, if you go online saying some shit like that, the Secret Service might show up at your house.
I don't think they have time for everybody saying shit. I just don't.
Given enough time, they will eventually show up at my door for implying that the president is illiterate back in 2017. Like, where I live, 20 miles away from my house, like a 1 T ride away from my house, they arrested a Tufts University student for having published an op-ed about Israel. Like, they did a piece of journalism. They wrote an op-ed and published it, and because of that, they revoked their student visa and like declared them illegal and shipped them out. Like, that's what's happening. Like, they shut down the universities first. They take over the media.
Yeah, they said the same thing about the left's mind virus, the wokeism. They say they infect the university first. It's all about the kids, catching them while they're learning and they're still malleable.
But they were also saying, like, Harvard's a hotbed of communist Marxist activity. I'm like, dude, fucking Henry Kissinger was on staff there till he died. Like, the Ivy League is not Marxist. These are the richest people on the planet. Like, I don't know. It's not.
I try to keep my head out of it, man. I respect that you dig it. I do.
I don't dig it. I'm just keeping my eyes open to what's going on around me, because
I think everything in the world seems like it wants a reaction, and I've given enough reactions to enough people.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I don't do that thing online anymore, and haven't in many years at this point. You know,
I think it's good for people to express themselves. I just don't think that anyone should expect to be heard.
Interesting side point before we get off this phone call that has nothing to do with any of this.
Love that.
So, Ford Craven, buddy of mine from Concord, Diamond actually bid him some security gear back in the day. Kay Lurs and I wrote out for that because it was my reference. He's a realtor in Concord.
Right.
Guess what house he's dealing with right now that just got put on the market?
What's that?
The Union Street house, my brother.
The one with the apartment?
Yes, sir. Now it's one house again.
I've heard they really hooked it up.
Where your hammock and my couch used to be. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It has taken everything in my power to not jump on that Facebook post and be like, yo, me and my buddies did mad drugs.
Dude. I took a Sharpie and wrote all over a wall like it was an insane asylum. Like, drawn pictures.
You're so clever and
classless and free. But you're still fucking peasants as far as I can see. Dude, so angsty. We were some angsty little motherfuckers.
I love it.
So angsty.
Love it.
All right, dude.
I love that was the birth of our friendship too.
It was the right place. It was the right time. I need you to get your shit together, bro. I'm gonna hop off here, but let's talk soon, okay?
Absolutely, man. No sleep till Brooklyn. We got this.
Sleep, bro.
All right, please.